Welcome to Vegan Finds, where we're going to take this and turn it into this linguine with clam sauce. Welcome to day 2 of Mushroom Week. So today we are going to make linguine with clam sauce. And I know there is no clams in the clam sauce. How we're going to achieve that is using kelp powder, oyster mushrooms, and capers. That'll give us a little bit of that salty taste. So I am going to show you how to prep your mushrooms so that you get them into sizes that are reasonable. Over here I have 3 garlic cloves minced. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, you can see that these are fairly big oyster mushrooms, and on those big ones are little ones? I've been off camera a long time, people. Alright, we're going to take off all the little ones, because the little ones are what we're going to use to make the clam. The clam. Look how I did the clam. So I've never actually been able to eat seafood in my life. My parents did not believe this. My parents were utterly convinced that I just didn't like it. And for years would try to feed it to me. And I would break out. And I'd get sick. And I'd break out and I'd get sick. And finally, I became an adult, thank God. And because I eventually became an adult, I was able to go to an allergist. So I have really never really eaten linguine with clam sauce. I think I did as a child, and then, like, obviously I stopped eating it when my parents would make it. So I'm going to start chopping these, and I will be right back. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut our mushrooms into like little bite-sized pieces so that when they cook, they're cooking a little bit faster, but also because clams, from what I'm told from Stuart, in linguine and clam sauce are not very big.
Well, that's traditionally how it's done. That's not how I would have done it, but that's, every time I've gotten it in an Italian restaurant or a place that's served linguine and clam sauce, the clams have been minced.
So some of the caps I'm just going to leave whole because they look like little tiny clams already. And then others I'm just going to chop. So I've always wondered about the clam sauce in the jars when you see them in like Whole Foods. But, you know, I've never, first I'm vegan, so that was always it's a no-go now. But being allergic, it's always been a no-go. And I am, like, severely allergic to the point where I have a, what is that thing called? An EpiPen. I have an EpiPen. So some people may wonder, why would you make something that you've never eaten before if you can't compare it? Well, the thing about going vegan was it opened up my options of being able to try things that I wasn't able to eat before. Like the fish sticks that I made. I've never been able to eat a fish stick. So being able to make it so that it's first vegan, but 2 kind of gives me the same idea of what people who eat fish sticks are eating, it kind of helps. Because I really don't understand. Like, my daughter, we go to a vegan Chinese food restaurant, and in the Chinese food restaurant, they make vegan sushi. Now, I've never been able to eat sushi, so my daughter says it's very good and adores it. So I do tend to sometimes try it because I've never been able to eat it in my life. So I am going to start heating our pan, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. A lot less than a half cup.
Yeah, shaking it.
Just get me one of the sticks of the melt. You want to turn that off so that
I was trying to.
you make sure that the mic is on, right?
Yeah.
It's on. So I am going to add our capers now and our kelp powder. So I have 1 teaspoon of kelp powder. You can add more to your taste. For me, I'm a little leery of kelp powder. And we're just going to kick this through. Cook it through. Wow. We're just going to cook this through. And it smells incredible. Again, this is a very quick, easy, low prep meal for those days where you're just in a rush and you don't feel like cooking a big, giant meal. So we will be right back when our pasta is ready. So now we have our finished linguine, and we're just going to toss this together. Get it all nice and covered with our linguine and clam sauce. So I didn't salt the pasta because the capers and the kelp are going to add your salt. Because according to the bottle of kelp, it's a good replacement for salt. So we are going to pepper this up, and I will show you the final results. This is our final product, the linguine with clam sauce. I finished it off with some fresh chopped parsley. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, hit the subscribe button, share, comment down below, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We hope to see you next time for the 3rd installment of Mushroom Week, which will be pepper steaks. So, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.